guys, how are you doing? Happy Sunday. Oh, got another question tagged. Hope you're doing well, Artist Liz. I'm sorry that you're in the hospital. I really am sorry to hear that. Let's see, I've gotten 3 questions starred so far, and let me just look over. I think I put, by mistake, a person's question in the wrong live. I was trying to do a good job, but even I couldn't do it. This weekend, I feel like I've been having good readings off camera. Hopefully, I will continue to have that on camera. But I've felt a little bit kind of semi out of my body. You know what I mean? You get times where it's like that. So, anyway, let me just see. I need to look in my posts. I put the wrong, I put next week's live up for today. Whoops. Anyway, that's typical. Typical the double aspect of Pisces in there, rising and the moon. Help me. I need a personal assistant. All right, let me just see. They had posted it under my community tab questions, and I think it was, oh yeah, it was on the Pope's uh, passing and about the vultures that came to his funeral. So let me just look at the comments under that. Maybe I can just grab that really quick. That would feel good. It's going to bother me if I don't. Okay, there we go. Comments. All right. Okay, it's from Fran 1066. So I want to get her question. She's got a couple of them that are good. One of them's personal. Oh, girl, Warrior Witch says, I knew I'd find another one out there. I got Pisces, Sun, Mars. I think it's Ceres, right? And Juno. Okay, I'm not mm, I won't complain. Then you must feel and know the same nonsense going on. I couldn't find my ass with both hands, as they say sometimes. Um, and I don't mean that disparagingly. This was for, let me just post her other question again, because then I'm see, I've got 3 there and get the other one because it's like Pope Francis at peace, and I think he's Pope Francis got a little something to say, so I want to give him some room today. And I'm going to post this in, and this again I'm going to put in is from, oh darn, what did I just say her name was? Fran 1066. Okay. Fran. Fran 10. Okay, there we are. All right. Now I can mark her things. All right. You've definitely had days like that. Yeah, I get that more than other times. Okay, Eleanor, I've got your question. Let me just make sure, because sometimes the chat moves. Got it, Gina. So nice to see the gang here. And I'm getting my tissues. I did take my antihistamine. Ah. Thank you. On the 11th, a large painting hit me in the head. Oh no! And I remember you said you have a little bit of a condition there. You got to watch out for bleeding, bruising, because you're on blood thinners. So, John, oh yes, and he told you that you should get it checked out. And they did. I'm glad you went, and they found some other things, huh? Well, I'm here to hear about it. It's like a fall kind of a day, a mild fall day, kind of gloomy at the coast here. That is a lot of Pisces. Warrior Witch, are you emotional? I think a Pisces is very much. I'm very sensitive. I'm a Virgo. I know you're asking her, but I can just say with the 2 bits that I have coming in with the moon and the rising sign, it can make me extremely sensitive at times. Yes. Oof. Water signs, we get that sensitivity. Cancer, um, Scorpio, and what's the other one? I know I'm doing this ass backwards, Pisces. Um, those it's hard. Let me tell you, it's hard. I can't imagine like having even more water. I would just be a mess. I'm already a mess. I don't know how things get done, but they do. I asked about my unemployment situation. Did you get it? I don't know. I don't think so. So I'm going to mark your question here because it's all in caps. Hi, Ash. How are you, love? I hope you're doing well. And artist Liz, hopefully you'll let us know what else they found in the chat log because I will go back and read that later if I don't get to me. And I'm glad that you asked again, Warrior Witch, because I did get that second time that you asked. So that's Dunsies. All right. We've got about 7. We'll get going here in a moment. I've got to get some coffee, you know, and do my little prayer thing silently while I'm letting you guys chit chat a little bit. All righty. Oh, sugar. Which one did I? Okay. I wanted to make sure I didn't unmark someone's questions, but I didn't. All right, because I got the live section and then the starred section of the chat log. So it can be confusing, and that's why I'm kind of all over the place. I play my lives back just to see how I can improve. And I catch things all the time. It's like, oh, I said a word that wasn't even the right word for that. So do forgive. Um, I probably am losing my mind slightly, but I have no excuses. But other than my life is stressful, and everyone's life is stressful at this point. But I'm really um, chuffed. I've got my heating pad because yeah, it's it's acting like I said, like it isn't spring. Ha ha ha! I'm a lot more sore this today with the weather the way it is, but I'm ready to go. And I hope you guys are having a great Sunday. I hope it's sunny wherever you are and pleasant. If you want to shout out where you're, um, what state you're coming in from, that'd be cool. I always like knowing that. I was a traveler when I wasn't in so much chronic pain, and I'm really glad I did it when I was younger. And I advise all people, under the age of 45 to travel because once you get to be around 50, now that those sores that you where you busted your arm when you were 12, now you're feeling it, really, I'm serious. You want to go when you can really have the stamina to go and see a lot, you know, and just tolerate flights better and whatnot. Although I tell you, if you were flying in from America or anything, I wouldn't maybe right now do the airplane thing. I'm serious, and I'm not big on being an alarmist, but I, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't fly if, even if I could, until we get Democrats back in and we get more of a balanced situation and the flying FAA back up to speed. I'm serious. I think there is like some weird voodoo on that stuff from their tainted energy because they are so toxic. Anyways, so I got your question. All right, sorry. Let me hide that comment. Oh, yes, you can, Fiona, sweetie. We have room. We have room, babe. Air signs, yes. My mother is an Aquarius, and my grandfather, her father, was an Aquarius. We got a lot of that kind of thing. And I noticed, have you guys ever noticed too that families tend to have certain signs? And usually, if you know even just a little bit of astrology, you'll find out like, oh, well, the Tauruses are with the Scorpios and the Cancers and you know what I'm saying? There's the air is with the fire signs, because they get along well. There's something to that. It's weird. I'm always marveling at that. So people don't write it off entirely. You post it. All right. Where's your question, Fiona? Where did it go? Too many things wrong with flying. You got that darn right. And nowadays, why can't we bring it back to when they were like trying to charm us to get onto the airplanes and giving us 7-course meals? Maybe that's a bit of an, exaggeration. But look back at the 50s. My mom remembers. Not that she ever had the money to fly because she was poor as a church mouse in Nebraska. Um, oh, they found fluid in your lungs. Sorry, don't mean to jump. I will jump around because I'm trying to multitask here. But I just want to touch on artist Liz because let's all lift her up. She's in the hospital, and I'm gonna have to replace the battery on my. Is he still going? My Saint Anthony battery operated light. I can't tell. My eyes are bad. But I'll be lighting that. I got my incense going and it smells really good. I'm going to tell you, share this one with you guys. It smells so good. If you like white musk, this one is the business. Okay. And it's Karma Pledge from Nature with Love. 40 sticks made in India. Smells good. Not like bug spray or whatever. Some of that stuff smells weird. Um, all right, let me get myself on the roll here. So they found fluid in your lungs. Oh my God, you could aspirate. Not pneumonia, but oh jeez. Cardiomyopathy, heart disease, okay, and pulmonary hypertension with your lungs, type 2. I'll have to look that up. I'm a nerd. I wanted to be a nurse when I was younger. Maybe some of you are similar. I noticed that I get a lot of nurses and I love them. I love y'all. Got nothing but time for you. They think I have some kind of neuropathy, and they did a lumbar puncture. Mm-hmm. And it'll probably take them a week or two maybe to get that result back, depending on you know, the line ahead of you. Let us know. Please keep me in the loop. I know it's your personal life, and I really appreciate you sharing this kind of detail with me, but I care and I'm nosy. And um, I feel like if I know like what someone's kind of problem is, I can lift them up with more precision. You know what I mean? And I just care. And it's good to know. I always want to know what's up. So yeah, I got your question earlier, sweetheart. I did. I hope you getting some good food, babe. If not, I hope someone's able to drive you up or maybe even make friends with the nurse there if you're there for a while and ask her or him to get you a snack at a better place than the hospital if need be, huh? Oh, yes, Leonardo DiCaprio. Yes, I will be reading. I've got a few requests, one for Bon Scott. They want me to revisit him, so I'll do that. And I have a few more other requests that are in my head, but I just need to go back through comments. People have made requests, and I've just said yes, and I'll bleh, I'll snag those and probably do a reading. So sometimes what I try and do here is I'll try and get questions people ask during the week to start the program with. So um, other times, eh. Oh, Misty, you're here. It's nice to see you. You're a Scorpio with the cusp of Sag. I attract a lot of Scorpios and Sages. I do. Mom and sister both Taurus. My dad, we got a lot of Taurus in my family. My dad, my grandmother, my mother-in-law. God, there's someone else. Oh, great aunties or something. Tons of Tauruses. They surround me, and we get on like a house on fire. I get along very well with most signs, actually, which is kind of interesting. Hmm. I'll have to look and see what I have in my Mercury because I can't remember. I'm thinking Libra, or that's Libra and Venus. I got to learn more about all that stuff. Oh, Darian, hello. Most of your mom's great grandmas are Sages. Nicholas, hi, sweetheart. Not sunny up on Sonora Pass at Twain Hart currently, but that's okay. California always needs water. You got it. Um, and I agree. Right now, even just a heavy mist, we get fresh air. So the air is nice and fresh. It doesn't smell like traffic fumes. I'm so grateful because anytime I go into San Francisco, um, any city, uh, I smell the fumes. And I think I've been spoiled by living by the coast because I'm used to having the ozone, you know? So if you're living by the coast, don't take it for granted. Thank you guys for letting me kind of ease into it. I feel like such an old lady today. You can tell he respects and admires her so much. Oh, their friendship. Oh, you and Fiona talking. All right. Oh, he always dates because he likes them young. Leonardo likes them young. Some folks do. Some women like younger men, like Cher. I'm not into that. I just like they might make a good friend, but I want a man. I'm sorry, I want someone more my own age. That's just me. But I tend to like men that are actually a little bit older than me, anywhere between 4 to 10 years older than me. I'm serious. I always have. So, you know, I got to be careful because I got my own type. I like him a little older, but he's like almost like my goodness, barely legal. I'm sorry. It kind of reminds me of Anthony Kiedis of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. You love the musicians in San Francisco. It is a very kind of an alt scene, and there's such a mixture and a fusion, and because of all the different cultures, I love it. I just love it. I'm really grateful to be living here because it isn't. It is more individualized, in my opinion. It's not pop like LA or um, and it's not to paint LA with one big brush because they're multicultural as well. And, you know, the coasts tend to get that because that's where the first place people tend to land and stay. And then if they go inland, they return back once they get around people that are making fun of them because their last name is funny. Just saying that's what happened to my mom. When she could get out of Nebraska, she did. And again, there are good people in these areas, but there's always places that, yeah, there's certain mentalities that do exist. It's not for nothing. And just going to spend a little more time in the chat with you guys, and then I'm going to hop on into the questions. Because I feel like sometimes I don't get you know, it feels too cut and dry. I like a little friendship coming in and chatting with you guys a little bit here, just to break the ice. Leo and Kate's friendship. Which Kate, you guys? There's so many different famous Kates. It must be a young Kate, though, huh? You've been in the hospital since the 14th, Liz. Well, once again, let us all lift up Liz and anyone and all who are in need of medical assistance care, whatever. Let's lift them up in our hearts. And Billy Idol is touring with Joan Jett. I met Joan Jett one time. Have a friend of mine that's a lawyer, and she handles a lot of musicians and lawyers, law stuff, and contracts and things like that. And usually more to do with, well, and also sound people. Anyways, I got to meet her, and it was at the first bottle um, in Napa, the Bottle Festival, Bottle Rock. And it was really hot and she was so nice, but it was so hot and hard on her. um she was very down to earth, hotter than a witch's booby in a brass bra there that August in Napa when I met her. But she was very, very kind, and I got pictures. I'll have to see if I can find them. I got pictures with my friend and I and her together. And Kate Winslet, I love her. She's so down to earth. We'll switch over to Kate Winslet now. I've always liked her. He really respects her platonically. Yeah, she's just not his type, and I don't think he's her type. Um, but I think he would be the type of guy that would be interesting to talk to, you know? So we can look at that. If you want to ask the question, I'll look through it again. I got up to 9, so I'll go ahead and get on it. Small towns are great if you fit in. Yeah, like my little town, I live in a small town. The difference is it's closer to a major city, and even though places are closer to a major city, you can still get a very conservative mindset that doesn't want to be in the city. And we have a bit of that, but we also, it's interesting, we also have an equal mix of, okay, we get we got our conservatives in town, but then we have our various ethnic groups, and we have LGBTQIA community here. I'm seeing more folks like that, and that makes me really happy. I want everyone to feel welcome, you know, because when everyone wins, you know. She's one of your favorite actresses. Mine too. I also like Kate Blanchett. I like her acting skills. I like the tarot reader she played. God, she was so good. She was played a Southern tarot reader, and it was kind of a drama um, and a thriller. And if you haven't seen it, my Lord, you've got Nicholas. Don't you spend any more money on me now, son. Thank you so much. Let's see, what's your question, sweetheart? What's your comment? Dad's still trying to get me to change jobs in the federal agency I work for. He understands situation with Mussolini, the orange Mussolini, well, but nags you anyway. Well, it's probably because he's a dad. And pardon me, but you know, my husband nags our kids all the time, our adult kids, because he just still wants them to be the best they can be. And it's annoying. I know it is. He can nag me too, but he's doing the dad thing. I'm not sure why he is reacting to my mother not wanting me to be a janitor. uh, you're funny, Nicholas. You are cute. We love you here. We'll take a look at Dad. All right. We'll take a look at you and Dad and all that. Yeah, she is. And I like it because she talks about how people can be, different sizes and the reality. I can't imagine the pressure to do work on your face as you age, especially now even more men are getting that weird stretched out look. And my friends in Southern California go, Maya, because I've never been there. Isn't that funny? Um, if you come down here, you're going to see a lot of people, just everyday people looking that way. And it's kind of weird. And they enjoy coming up here because they actually even have said to me, some of my friends, they felt more relaxed, not this kind of faux front that is a part of down south. That's part of its subculture, one of its subcultures. So interesting, though. All the same, right? Okay, let's go ahead with your guys' questions. And I did some off-camera work on some missing people cases that I've got to post up as well. Ah, I think she's beautiful as well, and I think it's more interesting when an actress has allowed herself to age. Um, there's a few of them that have, and I think, wow, they look great. I'm really happy with Pamela Anderson, for example, the her change that she's made, because I think that she's always been beautiful, but I think makeup made her look, the harsh makeup made her look harder. And she's very beautiful. And just, man, it's nice to see her looking a little bit more like the rest of us. All righty, let's go ahead. We got 10. Boom, boom. Okay. So Isadora, one of our wonderful mods, um, is wanting to ask a question here about what side of the Ukraine war is DJT really siding with? Now, okay, I'm just going to say my gut instinct, and then I'll use this. This is the Rose Oracle, one of my favorite new oracles to use, and I'll get rolling, shuffling on that. But my sense of it is, and I thought about this the other night, he's playing both ends against the middle because he doesn't want to get Putin mad. And I think he sees how the world respects Zelensky. And so I think Trump is awfully somewhat careful in a way. He knows he can get away more with Zelensky than he could with Putin. So I think he's less afraid because I don't think he's afraid of Zelensky so much more as he's afraid of the public support that Zelensky has. And he doesn't want to seem to be like the uncool guy, but yet he is. I know, it doesn't make sense. But let's just take a look and see what we get to answer the question, what side is Donald Trump really invested in, if any, between Russia and Ukraine? Does Trump have more okay. I might also have to ask, who does he respect more? Because I think there's fear. And then I think on a personal level, I think he might like Zelensky more, like on a personal energy level. I could be wrong, but it's just a feeling. Let me just take a glance. I will do a deep dive, Nicholas. Please save your money. I've got you starred. No worries. You're welcome, sweetheart. You're welcome. It's on your dad, right? I think I've starred a couple of things that you asked. So I'll take a look. All right. We're just getting warmed up. Okay, guys. So, Donald Trump, I'm asking my guides to assist me, as always, to help me read accurately and clearly. And I thank them and to help me with each question and each thing I look at and I give thanks. And we uplift all who are in need, no matter what their needs are, be they subscribers, people that aren't subscribed watching this, the world, whatever, up they go with love. Okay, now let's see what we get. Trump, who does he side more with, Zelensky or Putin? Who does he side more with, Zelensky or Putin? Now, isn't Zelensky also, I'm thinking we got a bunch of air signs here. We got Putin the Libra. Let me just check on Zelensky because it might help me to differentiate cards. Otherwise, I'm going to have a run on the King of Swords. I think isn't he an air sign? Or am I wrong? Or is he a Scorpio? What is it? January 25th. He is an Aries. And not, why do I want to say that? Aquarius, like my mom. Okay. And we've got the big black kitty cat bear joining us. Hi, Bear. I wish I could turn the camera. I've got to give snacks or we will not be moving further. Okay, kitty. There you go. Now, let me do my live. Okay. Let's see what we get. I get set sail. So I think it's picking up on the foreign aspect of the question. Okay. And solitude. Might have to, I might have to use the other deck here. Full moon and the emperor. Something's going to come out. It's going to be clear which one. One that is more tended towards solitude. Well, that doesn't help me so much right now. Let me try my other deck. There we go. Got that one here. Yeah. All right. So, who does Trump really side with the most between Russia and Ukraine? Okay, I've just told my guides to use the Queen of Wands for Ukraine because we have three leaders that are air signs. Well, we have one leader out of three men, in truth. That would be Zelensky. The other two are abominations, if you ask me. But let's just see. Trump, who do you side with more? Putin or Zelensky? Russia or Ukraine? I'm getting the King of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. Something maybe through his wife. I think Russia. I'm feeling like Putin might be represented in the King of Cups. Doesn't he have like a Scorpio moon or something like that? Let me just take a look. I'd like to know this because then I can share that information with you and it can help you to identify people in your cards. Potentially. I mean, there's always a chance it may not be them, but it puts more of a likelihood, I think, to help you nail down who it is. Let me just see his chart for a fast minute, unless somebody's got that information readily on hand. The other two are full of hot air. Yes, they are. All right, let's see. What uh, is the moon? Let's see. Let me just look at Putin's birth chart. That'll be faster. Putin's birth chart. Where's he? Where's he? She is just a beggar of treats. I wish I could pick you up and show you on camera. You're so snuggly. All right. He has a stellium, which is Libra and Neptune and Libra and Mercury and the Sun in Libra. Okay, that's interesting. Let me just see what his moon is in. Lots of air. Okay, let's take a looky-loo. His moon is in Gemini. He does have Uranus in Cancer and Venus in Scorpio, Mars in Sag. His ascendant is Scorpio. There we go. His rising sign. Okay, that's helpful. Okay, so this is definitely Putin, unless Zelensky has a water rising sign, but I don't think so. I think he got to know Putin through his wife or with his wife, Melania. She's the Taurus, the Queen of Pentacles. There's the socializing card with the three. The three of them have socialized. So that would make sense. Him, his wife. I do too. I do too, Warrior Witch and on Zelensky. I think he's a handsome man. And I like his fighting spirit and I just respect him. And I do think he's a very nice looking man. If I wasn't a married lady, this kitty cat is, you guys, I'm being held up with murder mittens for snacks. If I should disappear, you'll know that Bear was the last one with me. Yeah. And there's the oligarchs, partying with the oligarchs and the lot of money, the money aspect, the lifestyle, that partying, and he's hooked him up with the oligarch buddy friendships he's gotten. So, Russia. He is pulling back here, though. This is interesting. He gets the card of retracting, of pulling back and kind of wanting to reorder one's thoughts. Let me see what else that's paired with. And the Empress, money or abundance. But this could also be Mother Russia is pulling back. There's some kind of a retreat. Or, he might be pulling back a little bit from Putin yet. There's going to be a loss. You know how the three of cards here, the three of cups was up for him here? Look, they're flipped over here. So there is some kind of social loss, friendship loss. And I think it's him and his wife with Putin. I think there's some kind of, and maybe this signifies something through Melania and a loss, or like the two of them lose standing with him. There's something about this kind of changing energy because he's pulling back from that investment, so to speak, of himself. After he's lost, after his last truth, I wonder what is going on. Yeah, right? Where he was saying he didn't like what Putin was doing. I think he doesn't like what Putin's doing. If I follow what you're saying, right? Hi, Frank 4130. I think Melania was somewhat of a honey trap for him, and I think she appealed even more because she could speak another language. She could kind of be a go person, an in between person, an excuse of Melania, how they do, using the wife. He used his first wife much the same way, I think, to get in with the Russian mob. Um, we see some kind of loss, though, overseas. Look at this. It's partnered with the two of, no, the three of wands. And the three of cups are lost here. And he's looking over. It just makes me feel like he's going to be losing some sort of social friendship, that it gets weaker. There's like, I don't know what that's about, but that's interesting. Yes, Maija, that's what I was saying. Okay, Isadora. All right. And look, here we have things being rocky between him and Putin, and the situation is stormy. He's trying to juggle them both as well. So I think he is, to a degree, playing both sides, against the middle. And here we have, it's the three of them, him and Putin and Zelensky, working on things. We go from the two to the three of pentacles. Look at that. So he is actually really trying to do something as much as he can do. There's the council. Someone that's giving him counsel about how to deal with them. I feel like it's somebody like Miller. Ugh. They're nosy and they're watchful and they have their lips to his ear in advising how to deal with Putin. He's still going to be the fool. He's still going to take big risks with Putin and his own behavior. There. And there's some sort of agreement, big risks with the agreement between the three. What's that about? Well, there's a change coming with the Wheel of Fortune with this peace agreement stuff. I think that Donnie's going to get burned. There's a change coming where the oppression comes back up. Putin is feeling, I think, maybe a bit more like putting Trump into a position of pressure, this criminality. It's chaos. Chaos. The wheel of chaos comes up with the devil because it's sabotage. Putin has no intention, of course, of peace. Here's peace, here's the homeland, right? And recognition for efforts. I think what Trump is more interested in, what makes him look good, that he went over there and he tried to make this agreement with Putin and Zelensky. And he wants to be seen as like some great peacemaker, like, oh, he's making a deal. Sorry, you know how he goes. Yeah, look, but here's justice. There's some legal aspect that comes into play here, and a whole bunch of emotion. So I think where legal aspects such as human rights violations going on, you're going to have not only Trump feeling a lot about things, but other people in the world as well. There is the desire, for one thing, to bring Putin to justice. And Trump wants to control the narrative on that because he's connected to that. So there's this emotional overflow. Someone's not able to contain themselves when dealing with legal problems. And Trump does have legal problems. And he's going to have more legal problems coming with connection probably to Putin, because that's what I'm seeing here. There's more behind the scenes chaos. Yeah, look, just as I say that, I'm pulling the Five of Wands. They're not agreeing. There's a lack of agreement, war, fighting, and it's paired with winter, the card that reminds me of winter. And there is going to be a hard winter for the Russians and Ukrainians, I believe, this year with this battle. Because Putin has no interest. This is just a dog and pony show. The only one that has interest is Zelensky. There will be clarity here coming that he's just wanting to control the show, and it's going to be clear to Trump that, Putin's wanting to be the one in charge of this, and there's uncertainty, and there's secrecy, and there's cover up, and trying to get an upper hand, trying to I feel like position things or get things so that he gets an upper hand over Zelensky, over Ukraine. There is something again that has not been yet reached. I think it's probably the peace deal with the Two of Swords. It just seems like this stagnant aspect just kind of gets carried on. And I think with Putin breaking the ceasefire type of agreements that were in place, yeah, look, here's the bully. I'm while you're following the rules, I'm going to take the weapons out of your hands, and I'm not going to answer anything on the up and up, but on the down low, I'm still going to be doing bully tactics. And it's going to pick up steam. And I think it's going to put Trump in the hot seat. And we're going to hear from Putin as well. The world and the chariot causing more trouble around the world. Hi, Cynthia Rose. Yeah, trying to save face. it's just going to continue to lead to more problems. And he's just going to help Putin to get away with more. And it's really at an unfair disadvantage to Zelensky and Ukraine. Yeah, it's a burden. This traitorship that Trump has, these are Trump's cards, um, are going to become a burden for him. It's going to really become difficult for him to do things for him, I think, somehow here. The weight of that he's going to have to shift is becomes harder, is what my feeling is for Trump to help him. I see a feminine energy with the Queen of Wands. Oh, this is Ukraine, and Ukraine gets the Ten of Cups. Ukraine's going to get more support probably from Europe, um, and other places. The Knight of Pentacles. Yes, this to me is like the goods, the weapons that are aging that people will send over that they would otherwise, nations would be getting rid of or having to pay to get rid of. I'm thinking that, yes, someone's going to help Ukraine. Look at that. I like that. They are going to get relief, but it's going to come after a great deal of loss with Putin getting the upper hand thanks to people like Trump. All right. I hope that's helpful to your question, Isadora, because there just seemed like more with that question that wanted to come out. Me too. And sometimes it's worthwhile digging in a little deeper to the question to see that it would have been a shame for me to read that question and then not get far enough to see Zelensky holding on and then getting helped. So patience pays off. All right, next question. Still in the hospital, like you said. This is artist Liz, and she knocked her head. She's got a blood situation that can make that dangerous for her and some other issues going on. So she's wanting to know if the doctor's going to figure out what's going on with her and get the help that she needed. All right, so let's take a look at, excuse me, let me see, which deck do I want to use? Ask your guides. That's what we'll do. Okay, let me put this deck over here. And this is by Sonia Choquette. Ask Your Guides Oracle Cards by Hay House. I like this deck. I haven't used it in a while. So let's just see what we get. Oh, okay. And it's cute on the inside of the box. You know, sometimes they do fun art, always worth looking. And this is a matte deck, so it's not going to put a glare when I hold it up to the screen. So let's just see. All right, artist Liz is her brother, asking her brother to help. Is she going to recover? And are the doctors going to figure out treatment for what is wrong and get her situation figured out and taken care of? Will she be okay? And I think you will be, but I'm reading for you and your question. So we want to know from artist Liz brother on the other side if she is going to get the treatment that she needs while she's in the hospital and they get figured out what's going on with her, what needs to be managed, healed. Artist Liz. Okay, I think we got it now. Disruption, helper guides. Well, that's certainly getting the painting falling on your head. You know, the disruption, survival. You're going to survive. But I think it was important for you to go. so that, they could make sure that you don't get infection, something worse. Let me just look at the live chat. Hi, Frank. You do too. You, yes, Trump is a Russian asset. You're so right. And prayers up for artist Liz. Yes. And there is caution. He's giving us caution with the guardian angel card. There's an angelic energy coming in. So don't let them push you out too quick. Don't let them do that if they try that. And there's support. I'm going to say yes. I think so with these cards. Maybe there's an urging on their part to get the health care, to be careful and cautious with you and just keep an eye on you, is what it feels like. There is support, leap of faith. I think they're saying you're going to have to trust and believe that you will heal. I get that too, because it's been years, like 5 years of dealing with pressure ulcers. And there's growth. So this means, yes, I think they're going to find out more and more while you're in there. There's going to be more answers coming. Teamwork, right as I thought that. Look at that. Yes, I think you're where you need to be. And limitation, because the feeling I'm getting from this is you may not be able to, you could get sick enough that if you were home, you may struggle to look after yourself. You need to have eyes on you, medical eyes, for making sure that your lungs don't get infected, etc., or any other separate issue, because many times we have layers of issues going on, not just one. And that's what I feel like might be happening with you, honey. And I get connection, and it's with runner guides. So you've got a lot of guides, very busy, uh, advocating for you and your health. Just follow that subtle instinct voice. Sometimes we want to doubt it and say, well, they want me to leave. No, fight, advocate for yourself. They're very active here. And the feeling is they want you to stay until they find out and have more answers for you. Yeah, there is balance. I think that connection, I think they will figure it out over time and help you to work out some management to bring it into balance, because it's a condition. So I think some of it's going to clear up, but it's going to take time. And it might take longer than you want. You get success with nature spirits as well that love you, and goals with teacher guides. You've got a lot of activity with guides here. We've got guides that are helping you to grow, that you've got, I feel like there's other goals. Like you really do have a team, not just a team of medical nursing staff and stuff, but a spiritual team. And I tend to think we all do. And it's a part and parcel of us acknowledging them and working with them rather than against them. But I get that you're going to come through. This is going to be okay. I really think so. But don't let anyone push you out of there too fast. Hi, Laura. Is there a list of questions? Out walking, could listen, but you couldn't read chat. I don't know. If my question got in. I don't think it did. So type it again and I'll take your question. That'll be the last question I take. And Isadora, could you put a note, not taking any more questions, please? Because this will take me a while and I have other folks here to get through. Okay. Nicholas, you're next. I got to get some sips of coffee. So my throat stays lubricated. I gave a toxic orange Mussolini propagandist, or you could call them a Putin FSB propagandist, or maybe a heritage one, a heaping helping of taste your own toxicity. I'm a little ashamed of myself for such. Well, Sometimes a dose of your own medicine is what some people need, especially people like that. So don't feel too bad about it, but you don't want to become like them either. Okay? Let me see. I'll find your question and get to it. Let me just see. Where was Nicholas's one? Here's the other one. Oh yeah, here it is. Wait, with about your dad? There we go. All right. Now we're on to the next one. All right. Let's see what we get. Why is your dad nagging you? I'm going to ask the spirit guides cards. Why is he nagging Nicholas? Because that's the question I see here. And why is he reacting to your mother not wanting you to be a janitor? Nothing wrong with being a janitor. That is a very important job, actually. There's a very important job that people dismiss. Okay, let's see what we get. What's the deal? Why is Nicholas's dad reacting the way he is? What does Nicholas need to know or be aware of? Thank you. Let's see what we get. Purpose. Purpose. And it's paired with truth. All right, let's see what we get with that. I'm going to look this one up, 27 and 10. Let's just go there. 27. Purpose is about he wants consistency, reliability, and faithfulness, dedication, threshold of your purpose in life, and a work that he doesn't want you to feel is meaningless or unsatisfactory. Maybe he's worried that you would well, wait a minute, because he's reacting to your mother not wanting you to be a janitor. Oh, okay, okay. The more aligned you become with your life's proper path, the more your days will flow with ease. I think he wants you to be solid wherever you're at. And maybe he's just anxious that she's not going to push you into feeling like you have to do something that isn't for you necessarily. Maybe that is not the worst thing that you could, be. Certainly I would do it. Seriously, money, it's a honest job. We're not all meant to be CEOs and rocket scientists. Thank goodness. Resist temptation to push yourself to exhaustion. Remain measured and steady. Don't overlook importance of taking rest at least once a week for your own mind. Do not second guess yourself. I think he wants you to follow your heart, if that makes sense. And I think he's worried that now I've got your question, Laura. I think he's worried that you wouldn't do what you need to do for yourself. Seriously. And truth. Your truth. What is your truth? And figuring out your own truth is important. It is. It's just as important as doing whatever you end up doing because it's part of that growth, that, you know, milestone that's really important. So let's look at 10 as well with that, right? Clarity and honesty. And observation confrontation. He doesn't want you to, anything self defeating. And again, he wants you to be free of anything that isn't your choice. Does that make sense? Thanks, Ash. And thank you, Isadora. So I feel like your dad is wanting you to make up your own mind and feels that it's important for you to make up your own mind. And he wants you to have stability, but he also wants you to choose it for yourself. He doesn't want you stuck doing something that you regret, is what it looks like to me. Epiphany. Yeah, he wants you to have your own epiphany, your own awakening in life, where you realize, maybe my job is not, you know, what everyone says is this, that, or the other, but it's the right one for me, whatever that is. And ending. I feel like this is maybe a decision that you're going to have a greater awareness into, or he wants you to. Prayer, I think he prays for you. And balance. He just wants balance. He doesn't want extremes. He wants you to be able to decide for yourself so that you don't bite off more than you can chew or just something that you don't want to chew, you know? So that's what I'm getting. He wants you to be independent as much as possible. Okay. Talking about dinner, I've got to eat my dinner yet. I've got a hamburger. I can't eat before I read. It's kind of like eating before swimming. I don't know why. I hope that's helpful, Nicholas. But I think your dad's just, he's wanting the best for you. I think he's just concerned. All right? Okay. Let's see what else we get. All right. Okay. This was for Fran, who asked this question. And she's wanting to know if Pope Francis is at peace and pain free. And that would be a yes. I feel like he's really at peace. I do. I kind of got a little sense of he got a big party. There was a lot of people waiting for him on the other side. Not surprising. Um, will the meeting with Zelensky and Trump be productive for Ukraine? Well, I think that's weird. We just kind of read on that with Isadora's question. I don't know that I think in a backhanded way, it might end up initially looking like it's going to benefit Putin where America's concerned, but I think that in turn is going to possibly be something that then makes Zelensky at the end of the day get more help than he anticipated or the help he wanted, because we saw that in the very last few cards that we did. So that's really good, Fran. But initially, maybe not so much. But at the end of the day, yes, it will benefit Zelensky. So just keep your eyes on the delay of reward that might occur with Zelensky from getting help from other nations. Definitely will be coming, and in abundance or in a healthy uh, amount, something that's going to be very helpful that are donated. I'm not sure about Trump's agenda on this subject. Oh my God. Well, again, it's going to go back to the first reading I did for Isadora. But let's just take a look at Pope Francis. So this was Fran's question. I don't think she's in our live right now, but it's still a great question, and I appreciate it. So let's take a look at Pope Francis energy. And I'm just going to ask if what we need to know about Pope Francis on the other side, because how's he doing? Is there anything he wants to share with us? And how is he feeling? We want to know if he's happy and um, how things are for him, whatever he wants to share with us. I think a lot of people have been very moved by kind of sad to see him go. Um, Despite not agreeing with him all the time. You make sure I got my deck the right way. I often do that. Okay. So now I'm just going to focus on the other side with Pope Francis. Getting a audience with the Pope, even on the other side, might be a little bit difficult these days. Let's just see what we can do. What does Pope Francis want to share with the world of that are incarnated yet on earth? What's his message for us? And how's he doing? Okay, let's see what we get. I'm getting the Ace of Pentacles, new start. Well, be a new start on the other side. Oh, and he is at peace with the Four of Swords. And he's being healed on the other side, I think, from the earth plane. Many times, we carry kind of the density of sorrows and problems that we've dealt with that are earthly. And we kind of, from what I've understood, from people that have had NDEs and my own experiences, we kind of get healed of that, kind of it gets removed so that we can fully transition to that higher energy that doesn't have all that sadness and stuff. So he's being healed on the other side, and he is at peace. He is watching the earth. He's letting us know that he is keeping an eye on us, and also about who they elect to be the new pope. I feel like he's helping them with that. That's coming with the Three of Wands, and then we get the Magician. He is definitely in communication and guiding people that are yet, I think, in Vatican, um, maybe for the successor. And he's also wanting to give the message for perhaps the world here of taking action and advocating for people, speaking truth to power with the um, magician, manifesting goals. But the focus is on communication and coming out there and manifesting, making things happen, using one's tools to help the world and to speak, especially for those who are disadvantaged. I'm getting that message from him. That makes sense because he was definitely all about the poor and so forth as a Franciscan. All right, so we have the nine, and he always said the poor were his people. We have the Nine of Wands. Again, he's talking about do not cower, keep like he did, even though, he was an elderly gentleman, he was still standing up. He wasn't cowing, he was speaking truth. And he told the truth to Vance before he died. That was one of the last things he did. He still spoke truth to power. And he's talking about work, that doing this work of standing up and speaking up and fighting from your corner with that Nine of Wands, even though you might be tired, because he was tired and been working on it for some time, trying to help people in this world. And he understands the bullies, he knows, and he's watching that, the fascist movement. And there's some kind of different perspective he now has on the other side. That's interesting. He has a lot to say. He's talking about a tremendous amount of emotion here that's overflowing. And there's an aspect of healing and of blessing that he's given, or giving. I'm sorry. I feel like he's sending us a blessing with that Ace of Cups. Yes, with the Knight of Cups, there's the offer of his blessing. This is him moving forward to us, saying that he is watching the situation. He's got some different perspective. And I think he's trying to guide us in expanding our awareness as well. And that's linked to part of his blessing. He's got a lot to say. Knight of Swords, something fast moving message or news coming in, fast moving circumstances, thoughts, justice. He's saying that there's going to be justice coming. This makes justice have to stand up and be counted, holding people to account. The law matters, stand up for it. And especially when they're arresting judges and things like that. This could be news of the judge, even news of judicial issues and judges. This is a hot thing he's bringing up. He's showing the female judge and women in law and agreement, having agreement and support from, I feel like, various parts of the community and certainly heaven. They have heavens on their side. She's on the right side. The women judges, like the one that he arrested, he's saying they're on the right side. They've got heavenly support. The Knight of Wands, he's also showing people taking action and with thought and care, not just willy-nilly. And the Nine of Cups, he's going to be very proud of, satisfied with people coming together and being supportive of that judge and each other. I think it's kind of contagious, this support. Yes. He's talking about an opening up of hearts with the Ten of Cups. These are people's heart chakras flooding open. And more people just emotionally motivated to get out there and stand up for other people because they know that they're standing up for themselves in the long run. Okay? So Francis is urging that. Hard at work. He's still working. He's not taking a break. He is getting healed, but it's only so he can continue to work hard at work. He can do more work, that old saying, from the other side. And even St. Pio had said that I'll be able to do more work on the other side. He's giving me that vibe. Yep, there I am looking at you from the other side. And he's watching the timeline. So while he's healing and receiving care on the other side to adjust, there he is. There's the Pope. Literally, he's really communicating with us. This is so cool. Thank you. Thank you so much, Pope Francis. We love you. And I feel that he's talking about little children here. This is the childlike innocence card. He's keeping prayer for the children, probably because Trump's deporting them. We have the Three of Cups. There is celebration of some kind and change coming with the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like he's saying, pray, like pray, hope, and don't worry, so to speak. The kind of the philosophy of Pio, where we're working with you on the other side. We're continuing to work with you on the other side in Earth to help you to deal with these bullies. And you have significant wins coming on the timeline. And to keep faith, seek prayerful intercession. You can pray to him. I feel like you can pray to him. You can entrust children to him. Maybe we should entrust the children that are being deported, especially to him. Let's do that right now. Lift up all the children and just entrust them to Pope Francis and St. Pio, because God knows they're going to need all the help they can get. Okay. How y'all feel about that? I couldn't believe it. He had a lot to share. I feel like I kind of got a little head rush. Okay. Let me just get recharged. Some good news for Ash. I'm glad to hear that. You got accepted to another job. But I'm figuring out which one would be more beneficial. Oh, I think we saw that for you. Yay! I love it. Love it, Ash. Love it. Good going, babe. Good job. Trust your instinct. You're good with your intuition. All right, now Ellen R., then Gina, then Warrior Witch, and Laura. Okay, we're doing well. We're doing well. Maybe if we have a little extra, I might look at some of those cases, those missing cases, and share the information that I picked up on these people. I could do that then. We'll see. Okay. Sometimes I bite off more than I can chew here. All right. Okay. Anyone? Let's go back to the no, you know what? I want to use this deck and the Ask Your Guides deck for you, Ellen. Let's see what we get. Unless this deck is enough. Let me just shuffle it for you. Thank you, St. Francis. I call him St. Francis. Holy smokes. I hope he'll be canonized. He's a saint as far as I'm concerned. All right. Thank you, Pope Francis and St. Pio. And thank you for accepting the entrusting of all children, especially, but also I want to entrust all immigrants to Pope Francis because his family, his parents were immigrants, and he has a big heart for them. I think he could look out for them probably the best. Okay, so we entrust them to him. All right. So Ellen R., does anyone who has passed on, family or friends, have a message for you? All righty, let me just kind of tap into that. Ellen R. Hello, family and friends on the other side. Do any of you have a message for Ellen R.? Please share with me who you are with the cards if possible, using the court cards and the message for Ellen R. Okay. Something about a lawsuit or justice, a decision, or something of a legal matter maybe is being highlighted. A legal fight? Are you involved in any kind of legal dispute? And forgive me if I don't remember. I see the Page of Pentacles. This looks like documents or probably paperwork from, I would say, this legal concern. This is up and down. This is a difficult, it looks like, legal concern that is very rocky, very roller coaster like. I'm not involved in a legal dispute. Okay. There's somebody here that is. And they're going through, if it's not you, it could be a friend, something that they're bringing up. I don't know. Just keep it in mind, okay? There's some aspect of a legal matter and that it is kind of rocky. Or there's disagreement maybe with paperwork or something. I don't know what this is about. This involves more than one person. They're showing us a group, possibly 3 people. I don't know if it's inheritance again or will. There's an alternative way to do something maybe here. There could be an issue too if someone with regard to, I don't know if this is like an inheritance or finance, but it goes from the 2 to the 3 of Pentacles, and somebody's maybe daydreaming a group. What is this about? Going back and forth over a decision. It could also just be, if it's not a legal issue, justice can just also be balance in general. Making decisions that bring your life more into balance. You didn't get your share of your father's estate. Oh my God, we're still doing that. This is that weird back and forth. And the confusion and the maybe excuses or delusion. Does she have mental issues? Like, not, I think there's a group of people trying to cut through this confusion or delusion or both. Okay. There's going to be an ending. I know that we've been getting that over and over again, but it's still repeating itself. There's going to be an ending to this situation and a new day. All right. But you will have to get counsel, I think, or that counsel is involved in perhaps advising you on what to do with regard to this situation. There's uncertainty. There's hidden matters as well. There might be things that they have hidden from you, your sister, I think it was. There's going to be clarity. That's going to change, and you will get clarity on the confusing nonsense going on with this. Yes, it's going to pick up. And when it does, it's going to really pick up. And you're going to get answers. I get the King of Cups, and I feel like the money probably from your dad that's owed to you, someone tried to take it away and put it perhaps in their own account to earn interest or something. Then I see pulling back, maybe to heal or possible illness. But I see also being a bit of a bully, maybe pulling back from a bully. Is she a bully, your sister? Does she make it difficult to talk to in order to get that money? But you just left it behind because you were, oh wait, your dad's still bringing it up from the other side. This is like a nice little lifestyle he's showing me here, or a good amount of money of that it can make you independent, maybe even. And you just need to take action and advocate for yourself. So I think it's just a matter of you ready to advocate for yourself or getting someone to help you with the legal aspects to get what's due to you. Your dad really wants you to have it. He keeps bringing it up every time I read on you. There's a deeply emotional feeling connected to this. I wish this was my reading, Dorian. Same thing happened to us. Sounds like hopeful. Yes, it is actually hopeful, but she would have to, I think, track it down. Get the person, probably pay an attorney to write a letter and put some pressure on. Yeah, and this is going to go in a better direction, but with assistance, with guidance, with help. So I feel like he's saying, get the guidance, get the help. Sorry, my ear itches. Itches. My hair is tickling it. It's a burden. He knows it's a pain in the ass. Boy, are we cooking with gas right now? Is this your sister? And it might just be also a hassle to find someone to deal with the legal implications and whatnot. But it's worth it. Keep your eye on it. Holding someone to account, he doesn't want you to let it slide. It's important to your dad that you not let it slide, I think. Maybe because it wouldn't be good for your sister to get away with this as well. This is so weird. I lost internet connection after you started. Oh, weird. Well, good news is it's recorded. So your dad, honey, is wanting you to go for it. You don't have a sister? Oh, two brothers, sisters. Oh, okay. Well, whoever it is, that was my error. He's wanting you to get your share. That's really clear. He couldn't come through more clearly that he wants you to persevere. It's important for you to get that money. Maybe this could be someone that it would be helping you legally, like a lawyer. maybe even a female lawyer. I'm not sure. But I think at the end of the day, it shows perhaps meeting up with someone like that to find out what you need to do in order to get the funding that your family or your father, I guess, left you. So he feels like two of cups. Mm, and the tower. Something unexpected where a bond is concerned. Like it could be, I hate to say it, but it could affect a friendship or a bond with maybe one of your brothers. I'm not sure, or a relationship in some way. Something unexpected or an agreement. Something big happens there that's unexpected, and there is a decline. Maybe because you're going to need the money and he wants you to have it ahead of time. There's a 5 to the 4. I see a decline in finances and maybe getting ill or having expenses that you don't expect. I think you need to contact whoever you need to contact in order to get whatever it is that he wanted you to have. Because I feel like he's showing us ahead something that you might need that money ahead of time for. Okay? So pursue that. It might be a pain in the rear end, and he's acknowledging that, but it's important. And that's why he keeps bringing it up. Your father, he's showing up right here with the emperor, and he's making this offer. He wants you to, I think, make an approach, get active, seek this out, seek out people that can help you. This is watching from, I think, the other side. And also that it is going to help you in the future. There's something about precognition, something about the future, something that is yet to, nothing to be afraid of, but it's like this is important to him that you have it. He wants you to be more prepared, to have the edge, so to speak, like I always say with this card, where you kind of got a little bit of an edge on a problem that you can better deal with it and manage it. And it's coming, and he just wants you to have that already. He doesn't want you to be caught without. Okay, you no longer have the contact with the brothers. Okay, then you're going to have to find somebody that can act as a mediary between perhaps you and them, or to deal with any legal aspect where you might, if at all, have to contact them. But you need to pursue whatever your share is, okay? Hey, Catherine, blah, blah, I'm tongue tied. So please, sweetheart, please, Ellen, I know that that might not be the first thing, but it's important to him. Your father shows up and saying, or a father husband figure showing up, and they want you to have it. I feel like it's a very protective energy, and they are like, please pursue this, please pursue this. So please do, for your own benefit, and keep us in the loop because it just keeps coming up for you. Okay. Okay, Gina, you're next. And then DE Warrior Witch and Laura. What should I focus on this new moon? All right, let's ask the guides. Or you know what? I think for some reason, I want to use the Divine Feminine Oracle for you. And it's by Lisbeth Cheever Gessaman. Or the artwork is. But the person that created the deck is Megan with a double G, Watterson with a double T. All right. Little booklet. Look at that. Still has the band on it. Let's break this puppy in. Okay. So Gina, guides, what should Gina And those of us that are paying attention to this live, what should we focus on for the new moon? But give Gina's personal message if it's anything different. Because I always say that all these messages, many times, there's a message in it for us. So it's good just to put it on the old mental shelf. Many times you can be stunned later and go, what the heck? That's weird. Okay. So Gina, guides, what should Gina, and I'm asking Gina's guides and mine so I can read clearly. Need all the help I can get. What should she focus on this new moon? I love that you're doing that. I need to do more of that. Because the moon definitely affects me. Let's see what we get for you, Gina. Okay. I'm getting the green Tara, the Buddha of enlightened action. My soul informs my every step. I do what my heart compels me. Look how beautiful. Okay. The green Tara, and it's paired with oh, this is in Gaelic. I don't know how to say this one though. Labdrin. It says the diamond-hearted Dakini. I see the light in my own darkness. I face my ego beliefs to feel free. So it's facing ego, being able to sort out what is ego, what is spirit, and releasing yourself from the ego uh, trap, and projections that whatever, that which is of the ego as compared to spirit. This is also very healing, focusing on healing. I think the ego can keep us hurt a lot of times when we don't need to be and when we could heal. So, in looking at this, we're talking about seeing light through your darkness, okay? And facing your ego beliefs to feel free, to release what needs to be released, and trusting your heart, going with your heart, going in and feeling your own power, your own knowledge. It's a release with this new moon. There is a release of ego. Let's just also take a little looky-loo on the write-up for these two beautiful cards. The green Tara, and I'm just going to say Machig or Machig. Oh, good grief. I'm just butchering that to Sunday here. Let's see. There's no number on the card. That's not very helpful. I hate it when they do that. All right. Let's see what we get. It looks like a really neat booklet. Ooh, they've used Pope Joan in here too. That's interesting. Okay, there it is. 125. Well, that's better. Thank goodness they put in a contents. Some people don't. Okay, so this one takes the dark and transmutes it into more light. So take the dark in your life from ego, where ego's misdirected you, so on and so forth, and transform it through at the dark moon into light. Release it from the darkness and release it into light. Okay. Oh, this is actually the Machig Labdron or whatever. It's a Buddhist. I'm still butchering it. Okay, so these are happy incarnations of the Buddha, Vajra Regini. Sorry, Vajra Gianni. I'm butchering it. Sorry. So anyway, this female Buddha's mother had a very auspicious dream right before giving birth. Seven dakinis poured water over her body, blessing her, purifying her, and prophetically relating that this little baby girl would also be a dakini. As a young woman, she made a living by reading the some kind of a sutra or heart sutra. Maybe that's something you need to focus on again, the heart, and releasing any and all injury to that you carried around as well. Um, and it was considered a great blessing to have it read in their homes. This is the most beloved wisdom text in the Mahayana Buddhism. And after leaving a monastic order, she married and lived what is referred to as the red and white essence of mystical union. She practiced tantric uh, union with her husband. That was spicy. And while raising a family together. And her son became one of her greatest successors. Okay, so they also practiced the Chode. Uh, these teachings were the first Buddhist teachings to emerge in Tibet. It's the cutting off ritual. A demon, according to her, is anything that obstructs the achievement of freedom, anything that holds you back. Those are called ego beliefs, okay? Um, Not scary, hairy beasts or actual little, jerks running around, but they are jerks of their own nature, our own jerks, our limiting beliefs, okay, are these demons. So that is to be released. There is the visualization of the issue at hand or their demon, let's just say, whatever the problem is. And then they picture mentally cutting off parts of their own body as an offering to the demon. Oh my goodness, they often did this kind of stuff. Holds a traditional drum in one hand, a bell in the other. So it's about shadow work, really, with this new moon that affects and aligns with the work you're doing right now. Great. So with your soul selecting a card, it's knowing the difference between the light and the ego, the earthly limiting beliefs, you know, that hold you back, and our reaction that keeps us a slave to responding to things in a negative way rather than going, oh, hold on a minute. I'm not going to do what I've been doing. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you. I'm tongue tied. Oh, and you really love the green Tara. You've done several paintings with her, Laura. I like her too. I've always loved her. I thought she was, resonated with me. So I was kind of happy to see her card come up. Um, Also, there's such a richness in what they're sharing here. And again, it's for us all. Those who cause us pain, she explained, also teach us patience. It's so true. Whereas she explained also to teach us, whereas those who bring gifts can distract us from our spiritual paths. No one and no single situation has the power to derail us unless we allow it. To a certain degree, that is definitely true. But we have to try, we have to try and do something. So the power rests within us, and we have to go and reclaim once again our power from that which has where we've made the mistake of allowing it to have power over us, where we're a slave to emotions and so on and so forth. Um, so become intimate with your inner demons, those thoughts or beliefs that have kept you back from enjoying happiness and finding, joy, love in this world. The darkness within us isn't actually dark. It often feels threatening because some aspect of our intuition knows that when we face it, we will reclaim a part of our soul, that was a bit lost, and we will heal. And you've got that coming. We will become more whole, and that ironically can be terrifying. We can get so used to functioning with only one wing. We wonder, how can I fly now with two? I'll go too far, too high. Who will I become now that I'm free? And who will I lose in the elevation of my soul? So, this is the support to realize that you are ready to come into this new consciousness and that she's here with her diamond heart to hold you and feed one of your hearts, so to speak, to this aspect of yourself so that you have knowledge that is brought to life and light and that to set you free. So the soul voice meditation is there an ego belief that I am ready to see and release within me? Perfect for the new moon. Intention. I see the light in my own darkness. I face my ego beliefs to feel free. So you're on track, girl. Just go deep into it. All right. That's for you, Gina. Okay, Laura. Final question of the live. We were just right on the nose. We're doing really good. I might use this deck again since Laura really, this reminds me of you, our artist in charge here. From your kitty, Loki. He passed in January. Oh, bless Loki. We know that Loki, you never lose him. We never lose him. And you will see him again. You might even hear them sometimes. That happened shortly after, for a few months after my cats that had lived a really long time, that were sisters, had passed. Oh gosh, that was so hard. So I give you all my love, Laura. I love you and I care about you, and I'm so sorry. I know that can be so tough. Let's just see, though, on the bright side, what Loki wants to share with you. Loki, baby kitty, use these cards to give Mom, Laura, a message. What is it that you want to share with Laura? Loki, kitty cat Loki. I feel like I'm tapping in to their energy. Loki, what's your message for Laura and family? Kitty cat, sweet kitty. See what we get. Joan of Arc, the warrior of light. I have a steel-like faith in myself. The angels armor me with conviction. She's talking about strength and believing in yourself. Okay. And Zhao Juanjing, the mystic of peace. I think your kitty's letting you know that she's at peace as well. I am peace. When my mind is clear, the way is clear. So you have a protective energy. I think this kitty cat is protective of you with that Joan of Arc type of warrior energy. And they are at peace and clarity. I think that they want to share that with you, warrior of light, and they want you to know that you have spiritual helpers around you to help you with your own confidence and your own strength. And I think they want you, Laura, to have the same peace and clarity that they have. Sorry about that. It's a family home, so when someone goes in the kitchen, we get sometimes the sound. And you get Saraswati, the goddess of self knowledge, the essence of who I am flows effortlessly into everything I create. That is so you. You're getting a lot of really good feminine healing and protective energy around you with this cat. And then you get Sarada Devi, the Divine Mother. Unconditional love exists within me. The presence of love is the absence of judgment. There's unconditional love for you, Laura. And I feel like Loki wants you to have self discovery, self awareness, and to reclaim your power with the Joan of Arc card and to have more confidence in yourself, and inner peace, and to go to that part of yourself that is outside of human uh, mess, shall we say. This is your sacred space. And I feel like your kitty cat really wants you to have this space for yourself to recharge. Does that make sense? That sounds like it could be both my kitties, Loki and Sky, passed in um, December the 23rd. Oh, Fiona had a question. Okay, Fiona, I'm going to start your question. I'll get back to you after I'm done with Laura. Okay? I'm also getting Kuan Yin, goddess of compassion. I recognize suffering in order to release it. Curiosity breeds compassion. So we're getting compassion and recognizing that you need to release suffering, but that in order to release it, you have to be aware of it. You have to own it. You have to claim it and process it. So there's something there. That sounds like it could be, oh, both my kids. Okay. Thank you, Maija. You're welcome. Oh, your kitties are missing. I'm so sorry, Dorian. I'll be praying for them. The goddess, and we lift up your kitties to the light. We lift them up. I'll take a quick look as well, Dorian. I'm just going to star that so I know to look there. Okay, and you get Yamo, Yam, Yamoya or Yamoja, the goddess of all that flows. I am the ocean of creative energy. I give birth to what exists within me. I think that they're acknowledging creatively that you have a tremendous amount of resource within yourself that maybe you have yet to tap into. It's about believing that you have that it is there, and that the flow of this creative energy is effortless once you kind of step outside the timeline. Hi, Frank, you have to go. Thank you so much for being here. I'm sorry before you're lost. They crossed the Rainbow Bridge and they're protecting you, Catherine Gilbert says. Okay. So this is about your creative work and about tapping into even bring it up a level, that it's all within you. And just, I think when you do that work, that is a sacred space for you as well. Yes, that all resonates. That's amazing to me. It really is. Loki was small. Oh, bless. Due to health conditions. So we called him TARDIS Kitty. Oh, because he was bigger on the inside than outside. Oh, what a doll. Yeah, well, they are definitely with you and they are at peace. They are good, but they want you, I think, to assess that part of yourself more when you're creating. Just more kind of an acknowledgement. I think it will help. Okay. That's amazing. All right, let's take a look. Um, about Dorian's cat, or Fiona, and then Dorian. Sorry. I hope that was helpful, um, Laura, because I do feel like, wow, that was a really beautiful energy that they brought through, and so much love and unconditional love, just like pets do, you know? Um, okay. I had asked when you had 7 questions in the queue. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. There were 3 more slots open. That's okay. Go ahead and put your question up again for me, okay, Fiona? And I'll take a quick look at the missing cats of Dorian and just see what I get. What does Dorian need to know? regarding their missing cats. I'm just going to ask Spirit what they want to share with Dorian and their concern regarding their missing cats. I'm so sorry, honey. Big love. And Fiona, go ahead and repost your question if you haven't already. Let me just check here. Oh, there it was. Trump wants to take away women's financial independence. Will he succeed? I get no, but I'm sure he'll try. And I will look at that with the cards. Okay. And that will be the last question of the life. All right, let's see what we get. Well, I wonder if they're being held. There's some way that they're trapped or stuck. Okay. And the world. There's a completion. Let me see what comes with that. Trying to get away. This is an instability or a struggle, fighting. They may have been, one of them may have felt like they were trapped and struggling to get free. Um, there's an aspect, I don't know, did somebody pick them up? Like, I'm also wondering if like somebody called like animal control or something and that they're being held. I don't know. I'm sure that you've probably gone and checked the pound and stuff, but either someone's holding them or they feel like they can't get free or get out from something somewhere. There's a disconnect. They're not able to get back home. And we've also got independent, not able to be independent as well. Maybe they like their independence of getting out, but I think someone may have trapped them or called someone on picking them up. I feel like someone took action with the magician here. And again, they're in custody of some kind. I feel like they're in a pound or someone's home in some way that they can't independently get out or away. There's a change coming with the Wheel of Fortune and maybe asking for help, asking people that, like vets and people like that, I don't know, getting the word out, communication with other people with this card and with the magician arm, taking action with the wands. There could be a very compassionate woman that could be connected that took action. Recognition and success with the Six of Wands and enduring. You might get one back. I don't know. There's something here about enduring and self moderation here. There's something that enduring and seeking things out. Also, the fact that we got a cat on here is interesting and a woman again. Someone, I wonder if somebody picked them up. Like, check with rescue. Check with rescue. If they're not in the pound, check with rescue people. That this might be a long shot, but there could be a rescue person that picked them up. Okay, Dorian, check that out. Hmm. Okay. So you might find out about that. Check into, it might be an off chance, but check into, I feel like there was like a rescue person, somebody that goes around rescuing, like somebody may have even called them to rescue them. But I do feel like they were picked up, and I don't feel like they were able to independently run off on their own or get away. It's like someone's picked them up, and I feel like there's at least one of them I feel like is being held. Okay. So, and it could be through someone that fosters as well, a foster or a rescue. Check with local ones. Okay, it's worth a try. Okay, and I wish you the best, honey. I do. That's so hard. I give you all my love. I'm so sorry, but don't give up entirely. Okay, so the final question for the night: is Trump going to take away women's financial independence? Will that succeed? I get no intuitively, but I'll throw cards and put aside my own bias, um, and just see what the cards want to show me. I like doing that. Just being like open. Okay. Will Trump take away women's independence and their ability to vote? Will that work out for him? Jerk. Will Trump be successful in taking away women's financial independence? This card wanted to come out. King of Cups. I feel like there's a male here that's somehow important to this. Compassionate male. Could be somebody that would go up against him. Let me just see. Okay. Oh, he's going to be held to account. We're getting someone that is going to be judged. Trump's going to be judged for this. Wanting to take away the financial, here we have in decline, putting women as like uh, peasants, serfs on the outside of society. This woman says no, I don't think so, and she's got the law on her side. This feels like judicial energy, and also activism. Women that are active in resisting legally these um, efforts. No, the woman says, like hell, women are going to advocate for themselves and each other, and especially women in legal careers, judicial and otherwise. He's got it on the agenda for sure, but I think he's going to be stopped and get caught up in other legal issues that he's been fooling around with that deal with also other financial behavior of his, that's not right, which is everything. New action, and this is being oppressive, him trying to bring that in, trying to set up the framework to do it, but he's going to have to walk away. There he is walking away again because he's a coward, and women going to kick his ass again. I saw him being interviewed about AOC, and he said, "Oh, she's got a spark. She's got a spark." And he didn't say anything derogative, which was like, kept waiting. I think he actually has a thing. God help her. Ugh. But look, he's walking away. Look, the law, he's not gonna, folks. I hope you guys will believe me when I say it. He's not going to. There's legal consequences going to catch up and judgment to him. We're going to go in a better direction, and women are going to have support and help legally to go. This is a woman and a child in a better direction. So that's a no. He's going to be cut off before he can get to that, is what it looks like. Because it looks like he fully intends to do it, but he's not going to manage it. He wants to pay families, women, $5,000 to have children. Oh, that's disgusting. We're not just baby making machines. That takes a lot out of a woman's body to have a child. Not everyone's meant to, because that's all he wants women to do, barefoot and pregnant. Well, he can just have his own little universe and his own little dream, because she's going to, Miss Queen of Swords here is going to pop his bubble. Not happening. Not going to happen. He fully intends it, but he's going to face resistance, and it's not going to work. And it looks to me like he's going to get in trouble before he can carry out what he would like to. Oh, they are feral, but I have a huge yard and garage. Maybe that's why the person called. Oh boy, that would make sense. Oh, kitty temptation addicts. That's what my kitty has. See, my temptations. That's bear snack. That's what she was up here wanting. Oh, well, I'm going to pray for him, because I think somebody, like a rescue person, hopefully not the pound, but like it could be, and I hope and I pray that it's a rescue person or somebody that's fostering. Check it out. You might be able to at least find out more. That makes even more sense to me why I felt like they were getting picked up. Okay. Somebody, they may not have realized that you were looking out for them. All right. Okay, you all. We're at 2 hours and 1 minute and 40 seconds. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you my love and let y'all know once again, be brave, speak truth to power, don't be afraid, because there's power in numbers. And if we all are coming up and speaking truth to power, then just let them arrest us all. Let them try. It won't work. We're going to make it through this. It's going to be difficult. But remember my dream, y'all. White knuckle ride. This is the dark night of the soul, of the American soul, but we'll make it through. And we're going to go on to help other nations that are going to be dealing with fascism, trying to rise and take over there in other places after we deal with this jackhole. All right? So don't let them steal your peace. Guard your peace, like Pope Francis said, okay, in our reading tonight. All right. I'm going to love you and leave you, but I'll see you again during the week with hopefully some videos. I'm going to have to do the ones on missing people and cold case later this week. I hope I can do that. Maybe even tonight. I always say that. Think I'm going to do it. I hope I can do it. All right. All right. Good night. And be good to yourself. Remember, you're a godling.